bottom left in the red, as I forget to turn the music on, it's MaxPax. And the upper right in the blue for the Shopify Rebellion, it's ByuN. Shout out to the Shopify Rebellion, by the way. Not only have they gone and, you know, supported this incredible team of ByuN and Scarlet and Harstim and everyone, and Lambo, right? These, some of the most popular players in StarCraft. Not only have they done that, they just won Valorant's Game Changers tournament, which is the women's Valorant. Oh, let's fix this. I swear sometimes this gets, when I'm making a thumbnail, I put it on, and then I put it on normal, so you don't see any health bars. And then I go and I set it back afterwards, and sometimes the setting doesn't keep, and it's very annoying. But anyway, as we're getting here into this game one, again, shout out to Shopify for winning the Valorant Women's Championship. What I gotta be, I'm curious to see why ByuN is doing this. So he doesn't wall off his main base. He puts the barracks just a little bit further back. It doesn't do much. It's, I guess if there's this whole scout, sometimes Protoss players do where they go up the ramp a little bit. They're like, this is fine. You know, we're gonna go and, oh, there's nothing on the ramp. Panic. Absolute panic. But I guess that's not what we see right here. That's not what's happening. And if anything, it slows his Reaper down by about half a second across the map. You're a little bit further back into the main base, so the Adept will be out in time. Reaper's not going to be able to get much of anything, really. And behind this, Stargate for MaxPax. This is, this shouldn't surprise people. I really did feel, and I feel like the dead horse at this point. I really felt this. Oh, gonna get the probe, maybe. Clem gets it in the main base. The Reaper should die here because there's a full wall behind the mineral line, but he gets a probe for it. Very nice there. But I feel like a broken record because I keep saying that I feel like Stargate openers should be dead. You can reactively reactor cyclones and run across the map with Marines and a Viking and cyclones and punish it really hard. But I keep saying that, and it just keeps not happening after like the first week. So I guess the tech's there. I guess it has been solved. And we are seeing players go, MaxPax go, Harstim go in ES or in Homestar Cup recently. We're seeing a lot of these Phoenix, not Phoenix Colossus, but Phoenix Charge Lot plays, Phoenix Map Control plays, do really well against Clem, actually. Harstim against Clem yesterday, realistically, he lost 1-3, but that should have been a 4-0. That was a game that had every realistic opportunity to be a Harstim victory. So given that, I mean, it is feeling here like we have this idea, we have this setup that is somewhat of a good response. That is somewhat I talk about how it's hard to deal with Clem. ByuN's a little bit different, and in this case, theoretically, going the Stargate is pretty good against Clem. Against ByuN, though, he loves the Cyclone Marine or the Cyclone Liberator pushes. We have to see how well it's going to work out, though. So MaxPax briefly supply blocked Phoenix onto the other side of the map, where they're not going to find anything. They're not going to see this army. It's going to be the last possible second that it's going to be a scout out of MaxPax. Luckily for him, this is Phoenix Colossus. There's no third base. He doesn't have to defend that, but he's going to have to recall these Phoenix immediately. And the fact that they're using energy right now is such a problem because they won't have that on the defense. 2 Cyclones, a ton of Marines. Widowmine going to get bombed on top of things as well. The moment that Clem thinks, or that, not Clem, that ByuN thinks about it, but shield battery overcharge is going to get popped for now, and that is going to keep us alive for the moment. And in fact, ByuN is not going to commit, I guess. He's going to wait for reinforcements. That's what's happening. 4 more Marines. Another Cyclone. The Liberator to join the fray. All of these power units that are now ready. This army out of MaxPax is small. And again, the Phoenix were on the map, but they come in from the left side. They don't find much of anything. And with no detection to the Widowmine, unburrow, it's not going to get to reburrow. The target fire is really good. And the Phoenix count right now is starting to get to a point where it is scary, where it is going to be potentially problematic. So this Immortal takes some damage, but 6 probes go down to the main base, 7 probes go down to the main base. And this is a lot of damage. We're going to see a pylon fall here as well. Probes are now going to get pulled, and with the probe pull and the Cyclone lift, this is finally going to clean things up. MaxPax is going to be able to stay alive, but it is 8 dead probes. It's a dead stock, or 9 dead probes, I guess, counting the early game one, 2 shield batteries. That's a lot. That being said, MaxPax is 27 army supply. He's got an Immortal. He's got, 2 Immortals. He's got Stalkers. He's got these Phoenixes. He can run across the map and really start to cause some problems, especially if he gets a lift. He's not going to get a lift on the SCV building the barracks, but I was going to say, especially if that's the case. Even still, Phoenix in the main base, problem for them, they don't have energy. There's nothing that they don't do more damage. They spend their energy keeping things buttoned up at home. So 5 SCVs have died. 8 probes have died in terms of the actual reasonable harass. And the Phoenix now, they're going to dive in once again. One takes a little bit of damage, but more SCVs are falling. And this is starting to get really nice out of MaxPax. He's pinned to ByuN back at home. He's forcing multiple missile turrets. And he's able to drone up or probe up behind this. He's able to take that third base. Colossus on the way. Extended Thermal Lance going on up to... He's going to go up to like 10 Phoenix. That's the stat style of Phoenix Colossus back when stats was more active prior to the military. But you just get a ton of Phoenix. You get 8, 9, 10, maybe even more. You get all those Phoenix. And what that means is that you have them for multiple fights. Not just the one, not just the first defense, but you have lifts on tanks for multiple fights. It works out really well. And now ByuN, he has 3 missile turrets. He's got his third base, sure, but it's not on location just yet. Stim on the way. Combat shields on the way. They're not going to be done before 9 minutes. And this just means MaxPax, he's got the map. So he stopped at 9 Phoenix. That's a solid number. We're past the point where they're really... Unless this is a... Yeah, no, we're past the point where any sorts of breakpoints matter, where this is not a... It's not like 8 Phoenix one-shot a tank or something like that. At least I don't think that's the case, but this is significant value. And behind this, Colossus on the way, additional gateways on the way, charge getting added in, +1 getting added in, 4th base for MaxPax. They say oysters are becoming extinct. Almost gets... Oh, these are medevacs, though. These are free. At least one of them is. Almost gets the Raven as well. They say oysters are an endangered species. They are overfishing them. It's not great. Well, the world is MaxPax's oyster, so at least this map is MaxPax's oyster, and he's doing his part to bring him back off the endangered species list. I guess that's how that's going to work. But getting a medevac's really nice. Damage on the Raven's always going to be fantastic. SCVs have to get pulled, but they're going to the 3rd, and that means they're going to die. And I have no idea. Looking back, I have no idea why ByuN opted for a Raven. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Not at all. But MaxPax here, I love this, actually. I wasn't sure if I had tracked it right. He's going for a 4th Colossus. He's not sticking at 3. He's going for 4. ByuN hates Vikings more than any other player unit. Maybe Raynor and Infestors, but Raynor's been building Infestors recently. ByuN hates Vikings. He believes that he can win with Widowmine Bioghost. That has long been his idea of how to play StarCraft. So if MaxPax hits this timing on maybe 175 supply, +1 charge, and 4 Colossus with Phoenix on top, I mean, ByuN's going to be able to shut down some number of them unless MaxPax gets the target fire. But, I mean, it's still going to be 3 Colossus firing. This 4th base is going to get... It's not going to get killed, but it will be delayed for a while. Now ByuN's active on the map here. MaxPax is not... Okay, that's what I was curious. He's not going to hide the Colossus. But ByuN's already on the other side of the map. Zealots into the 3rd base here as ByuN is going to run... Well, MaxPax is not going to run down the ramp. He thought about it. He considered the idea. But nah, too many tanks right there. 4 tanks, they one-shot a Colossus. So, yeah. And actually, this Raven, though, is going to take a lot... Bye-bye, Raven. You will gladly trade a Phoenix for that. Absolutely. Phoenix down. But the Raven's down, too. So these 4 Colossus are going to fire with full effect. They're going to be really good. And at this point, I mean, MaxPax got his 5th base on the way. Most of the way done. ByuN's stuck in the middle of the map. His base was delayed. EMPs goes off on some of the Phoenix, most of the Phoenix. So there's not going to be enough lifts, and the Zealots are stuck behind here. But it's 4 Colossus, and who the hell cares about anything else? The Colossus will fall. The Zealots do have to back away. Have to be careful. But the hallucinated Archons and the Colossus, well, and the lifts and the Zealots and 4 Colossus. Yeah, it's not great. ByuN, his army is really just not in a good spot, despite the fact that his supply is okay. There's not a single Viking. So, I mean, this is awkward, though. MaxPax finds himself a little bit further off. EMP's on the army, so everything's going to just start to fall down. And he needed that force field. It doesn't matter, though. ByuN taps out anyways. Gotta fix this while I remember because I forgot about it. There we go. All right. In the upper left, in the red, of 1-0 in the series. Playing pretty solidly. MaxPax. And the bottom right, in the blue, down a game. I don't think he was dead. I don't know. Anyways, it's ByuN. And as we get into the second game of our series, I would like to remind you all that if you want to catch more StarCraft action, VODs, live, whatever it is, sub to the YouTube channel, because 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, there's going to be a StarCraft VOD. There's going to be something from Stormgate on the way up, so you can check that out. And, well, follow the Twitch channel as well, because I stream live on Twitch, on YouTube. Choose whatever platform that you like. Choose whatever you want. Because I'm going to be live. Well, not Kick. I don't stream on Kick. But sub to the YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitch. Sub to Twitch if you'd like. You can donate too if you want. But make sure you don't miss out on anything. Hit the like button. All the stuff we're supposed to say is MaxPax tries to block the natural, but he's not going to be all that successful. That's a decent amount of damage that gets done. Okay. I didn't think the Zealot run by was going to do as much as people in chat are saying it was going to. So, I still think it's one of those things where, yeah, the economy's not incredible for ByuN, but you do have mules. You can counter push. You had a 2-2 timing coming up. There was a world where you jump on top of those Colossus because they were dangling. But I don't know. I don't think this is only an EPT Cup. I think if it's the GSL, ByuN stays in that game. Is the way to look at it. But anyways, we're into game 2. That's what matters here. It's going to be a Twilight opener for MaxPax. We're not going for the Stargate. We're not going for the Stargate build we saw in game 1. It's not opening up to that level of ByuN pressure, but ByuN, well, he's got some Hellions on the way, and we're going to have to see how much he gets done with this. But for now, the Natural's going to get delayed, and there's an Adept in the main base. So the Starport gets delayed here as well. And yeah, there's going to be a Hellion out, and that does decent damage to Adepts. But even still, it's 2 dead SCVs. It's going to be a 3rd. And maybe, no, okay, not going to get a 4th, not going to get out. But the Starport's delayed. The Natural's delayed. And SCVs fall. This is so nice for MaxPax. It's so nice for MaxPax. And now, well, there's a medevac on the way. We're adding in a Cyclone. Again, this is kind of jack of all trades, master of none, but certainly better than a master of one type of build, to I guess, finish the metaphor. But this isn't a Stargate opener. This is not Mass Phoenix that the Phoenix or that the Vikings Cyclone build is supposed to deal with. It's ground. It's Robo. And it's 2 gateways for right now. 3rd one's on the way. Robo's going to be done pretty quickly. I don't think this gets enough done for... I mean, it might. ByuN is magic. ByuN absolutely can find a whole lot with what he shouldn't find. But now, line of sight blocker here knocks the Hellion down so quickly. And damage on the Cyclone as well. That's a lot of damage. That's when we talk about these pushes, it's really important to get as much damage on the Cyclone early as possible, so it can't just be annoying and sit there. That being said, Drop getting ready to move into the main base. 7 Marines, but Stalker's already in position right here. Medevac takes damage, and ByuN's got to skedaddle right on out of there. Again, the value is just not there. as I've just been attacked by a friend. There's a content creator on, like, I guess TikTok and YouTube Shorts and Instagram, everywhere. You know, when you're making short form content, you spread it everywhere. That's, you know, like shorts about college life. And there's one about living as being an engineering student. That is just I've never been so attacked in my life. But anyways, here comes MaxPax's aggression onto the natural. Blink's done. And a War Prism in the main base as well. Because ByuN committed to all this early stuff, his stim is so far away. There is a tank here. And this is only 3 gate. It's not 4. MaxPax has moved on to 3 gate tech more recently, but SCVs still are going to have to get pulled. A lot of Marines are falling down, and he's just going to shuffle them down onto the low ground. 4 SCVs dead, so that's 7 this game. And this drop of Double Cyclone into the main base. Stalkers are going to target things down, and yeah, there's some damage, but more Stalkers are going to warp in. Medevac's dead. Cyclones will not trade their lives nearly efficiently enough. It's going to be 2 dead Stalkers, maybe. Well, not maybe 2 dead Stalkers, but I don't think we're going to see a third. Raven tries to find something, and it is a decent amount of mining time lost. But in the balance of things, in the balance of power, it's not enough. MaxPax has put himself in such a wonderful position in this game that it's really going to be a struggle. It truly is going to be a struggle. As a oh, there we go. It truly is going to be a struggle for ByuN to find his way back into this point. And MaxPax has no intentions of providing him a way back into it. This is not quick double forge, 4th base craziness. No. 5 gateways charge. Yeah, there will be Colossus. Honestly, he might just go for disruptors and go for a bust. I don't think so. Colossus are just too powerful in the mid game in this matchup. But regardless, MaxPax is going to build a really big army. He's going to try to punish ByuN as he goes and takes his 3rd base. And it's going to be hard. It's going to be tremendously hard for ByuN to hold this 3rd base, much less get across the map and find value. Stim is going to be done in the next 20 seconds. Combat shields as well. But as he adds this 3rd base, well, it's going to be a struggle. Stim is done, though. 5 seconds. And this is going to force the Stalkers back for now. This is not a heavy supply that we're dealing with. MaxPax could have gotten more damage done on those tanks, actually. He could have maybe killed one of the tanks, certainly gotten damage, made it easier to deal with later on. Look what we got on the left side here. Zealot drop. Charge done right now, right as ByuN wants to move out. Yeah, I think MaxPax could have delayed this a little bit, so it really would have been a problem instead of just a significant problem. This would have been a game-ending problem, but even still, 5 workers go down. And, sorry, 6 workers go down, and the cost of a couple Zealots, really not a ton. And MaxPax is just buying time. He's got a Colossus on the map, 2nd one on the way, 13 Zealots, plus 1's going to be done very soon. And this army, if you're pushing with this army as ByuN, you want to be up in upgrades. It's like that. Sorry, not up in upgrades. That'd be nice, but you want to be up in supply. That's the big deal. He's going to be down in upgrades. He's going to be down in army supply. Anti-armor missile on the Zealots is really nice, and the force field does whiff. But MaxPax, he was up 40 supply at that point. I'm sorry, ByuN. You're not going to make that happen. MaxPax 2-0 moves on to the semifinals.